Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Tatouage Keystone Tattoo, 708 3e Avenue, Québec City, Québec, Canada. Donc, aujourd'hui, c'est une journée. Donc, j'ai le temps pour laisser un rendez-vous. Puis aussi, j'ai la grande nouvelle. Je pense que ça, c'est peut-être une vidéo plus longue d'habitude. Plus longue que régulièrement. Parce que régulièrement, dans les dernières quelques vidéos, j'ai fait juste 30 secondes, une minute. J'espère que ça fonctionne parce que pour l'instant, mon cellulaire s'est attaché à mon board avec une clip. C'est un peu précaire, donc j'espère que c'est pas tombé, mais ouais. Pour l'instant, ça fonctionne. J'espère aussi la musique derrière moi, c'est pas, j'ai pas reçu une copyright strike de YouTube ou Facebook ou TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, tout. Donc, la grosse nouvelle, c'est maintenant, à la fin de le mois, Spotify, c'est fini à la shop. Donc, maintenant, j'utilise le Spotify parce que j'ai qu'une de CD de Twin Peaks, David Lynch. Rest in peace. So, pour aujourd'hui, j'écoute Spotify. Puis aussi, la fin de le mois, j'ai Spotify, mais juste le Spotify avec les commerciaux. Donc, la bonne nouvelle, j'achète une grosse CD player de 100 plus 1 CD. C'est pas une jukebox, mais essentiellement c'est une jukebox. Donc, ça c'est une nouvelle. C'est pas pour chaque tu apporter, mais par exemple, aujourd'hui ou juste dans le futur, si quelqu'un apportait une CD de Twin Peaks, la série, pas une burn copy, une vraie avec une poche, le Twin Peaks série originale, Firewalk with Me, Twin Peaks The Return, si la première personne qui apporte une de les 3 CD, ou juste une de les 3 CD, c'est juste une CD par personne par jour, je le donne un rabais de 20$ par tattoo. Donc, si tu arrives avec le CD de Twin Peaks dans la poche, puis ça fonctionne, ça c'est important, on va mettre dans le CD player, si ça fonctionne, je vais donner 20$ rabais dans un tattoo. Donc, c'est évident, j'ai pas le goût de 7 CD de la même CD, donc c'est juste la première personne avec le premier CD. C'est 20$. Autre titre que j'ai cherché, Hackers, les trimzoners de Hackers. Ça c'est spécial, c'est difficile. C'est spécial parce que si je ne trompe pas, c'est 3 versions. 1, 2, 3. C'est juste un film, mais c'est 3 CD de le film. Donc, j'ai vraiment cherché le 3e, mais 1, 2, 3, je le prends, même chose, 20$. C'est plus que le CD que j'ai cherché, je vais donner 20$, ou le CD plus spécial, plus gros. Si c'est juste une CD que j'ai pas vraiment cherché, je vais donner 5$. Mais si j'ai lavé le CD, je prends pas. Donc c'est important que si tu veux le rabais sur un tattoo avec une CD, ça va être une CD que je veux. Puis aussi c'est une CD que j'ai pas avec. Donc si tu veux faire le shop avant de porter, ou juste parce que c'est une CD, c'est pas gros. Si tu veux porter une CD, pour l'instant, j'ai pas prendre les CD burnés. Donc, ça va être une vraie CD avec le page qui fonctionne. On va mettre dans le CD player. Si ça fonctionne pas, j'ai pas dans le rabais. Ça, c'est la première chose. Deuxième, troisième, aucune idée. Prochaine chose, ça c'est plus important parce que je vais mettre cette vidéo sur YouTube, Instagram. Je pense que la full vidéo, je vais mettre sur YouTube, évidemment, parce que c'est YouTube. J'ai le droit de mettre la vidéo plus longue. Puis aussi, je pense que les traductions YouTube c'est meilleur que les autres. Donc, c'est semble qu'aujourd'hui, les Cours suprêmes des États-Unis disent les lois contre TikTok, ça va être constitutionnel. Donc, mais peut-être le gouvernement s'est rétracté. Écoute, il y a la possibilité que les médias sociaux, ça va être plus dur dans les prochains quelques mois. Parce que, comme d'habitude, comme tu sais, si tu habites au Canada, régulièrement les choses comme ça qui passent aux États-Unis, c'est passe au Canada. Ou si c'est pas passe au Canada, à cause de la plus petite population, si les choses marchent pas aux États-Unis, ça marche pas au Canada parce qu'on utilise beaucoup de choses entre les deux pays, donc c'est comme ça. Mais règlement, c'est pas règlement. Je suis un tatoueur. Je suis pas un gros fan. Oui, j'ai perdu beaucoup de temps sur les médias sociaux, mais je suis pas un gros fan. J'utilise, je suis un peu addicté mais je suis pas un gros fan de médias sociaux. J'ai vraiment plus le goût de faire le tatouage, ou dessiner, ou parler avec les gens face à face. Donc, ça va bien aller. On a trouvé une façon de continuer de faire mon métier sans les choses simples. Parce que ça c'est aussi intéressant. Ça c'est aussi intéressant parce que ça semble pas semble ça, mais je me souviens un temps où l'internet c'est pas ça existe, mais c'est pas utilisé pour. C'est plus pas le blog, mais c'est plus comme ça va dater moi un peu, mais dans les années que les bulletin boards, c'est plus comme Reddit, mais sans image. C'est tu logues puis cherches quelque chose qui parlait dans un gros beaucoup de lire les choses. Je suis pas exactement sûr si c'est clair en français, mais je vais probablement finir cette vidéo en anglais. Donc, je suis désolé. Je suis pas désolé, mais je suis désolé. Donc oui, donc j'ai souvenu d'un temps où l'internet c'est plus c'est pas inutile, c'est plus basic. Donc, j'ai utilisé l'internet dans un temps avant que Facebook. J'ai utilisé le Facebook dans un temps où YouTube c'est juste la vidéo de 10 minutes max. J'ai aussi utilisé l'internet dans un temps où YouTube n'existe pas. Ouais, ça c'est une autre façon, autre monde. On a plus technologique maintenant, mais oui, le monde changeait tout le temps. Les choses qui est nouveau, c'est devient vieux, puis tout le temps c'est nécessaire d'adapter de la situation réelle. Donc j'ai complètement oublié qu'est-ce que I started somewhere and then I got off topic. But if you come and get tattooed by me, you kind of know that this is about par for the course. This is a fairly regular, nothing new. This is nothing new. So yeah, let's just rehash because this is about the 10-minute mark here. So I think I'm just gonna rehash everything. This is going to be like a 20-minute long video, but the first half in French, I'm going to go back over everything in English I talked about. I think, if I don't forget anything, it'll probably be only 15 minutes. So if you bring the new deal at the shop is... right into it. The new deal at the shop is, we have a CD player. I'll be getting rid of Spotify Premium at the beginning of February. That's when the subscription cuts off. Listen to Spotify right now because some David Lynch, some Twin Peaks, some Lost Highway, some... on to his next adventure. See you on the other side. So we have a CD player now. It's a 100+1 effectively a jukebox, but it's like a home. You don't put money into it. You just put in 100 CDs plus one. So, if you, today or the next day, because I'll still be looking for them, if you bring in, let's say, the Twin Peaks soundtrack from the original series, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me soundtrack, Twin Peaks Return soundtrack, if you bring any of those original in the box, functional, the first person, because I don't want duplicates of the CDs, evidently. First person, I'll give you $20 off a tattoo. You're gonna have a little $20 discount. But obviously it's the first person, so if somebody comes in, brings the CD in, it works, they get a tattoo and leave, and somebody else after them comes in with the same CD, I'm going to be like, thanks, but, I mean, you can still get a tattoo, but you can't get the $20 discount. I'll do a list somewhere at some point in time of other CDs I'm looking for, right off the hop. Hackers, movie soundtrack of Hackers. That is special, a little bit odd, because there's three versions. They had enough music to cut 3 soundtracks. Specifically looking for the third one, but I will take 1, 2, and 3. Once again, so if you have one of those CDs, I'll give you $20 off a tattoo. It is not a stackable deal. If you show up here with all those CDs, I'm not giving you $20. Like, I mean, I'll give you $20 off one tattoo, and then $20 off another tattoo. But it's not a stackable deal. You can't just roll in here with, you know, I just mentioned six CDs. You can't just roll in here with 6 CDs and get $120 off. That's not how the discount works. It's just to fill the jukebox, get some tunes I'm looking for. If it's something I'm particularly looking for, something particularly special, it's going to be about a standard $20 discount on the tattoo. If it's something that's not specifically looking for, but it's a good CD, I'll give you $5. Nice little discount there on a tattoo. It's got to be functional. No burned copies. No burned copies. It's got to be the real CD in its case. I mean, I guess if it's the real CD, but you don't have the original case anymore or liner notes, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And like I said, it needs to be a functional CD. We will pop it into the CD player and listen to whatever CD you bring in while you're getting tattooed. Also, because I was a music nerd in a previous life, I didn't explain this in French, but because I still am a music nerd, but because I was even more of a music nerd in a previous life, if you bring in bad music or bad CDs, and like, I'm pretty open, like my musical taste, I'll take local, I'll take experimental, I'll take, you know, a wide range of music, but if it is something especially onerous or different or just, I will laugh at you and probably tell you to kick rocks. But I'm guessing if you're coming to my tattoo shop, they probably of a similar, I mean, we might not have the same musical taste, but I got faith. I got faith in this. This should be interesting. Oh, I can't remember the name of the album, but $20 if you bring in, I should Google this, but the Peaches album. Yeah. That is regrettably, I have 2 artists back when I was living in Winnipeg and growing up. There's 2 artists that came and played the Albert. I'm pretty sure, so I missed Peaches and I missed Jean Lajoie. And I'm pretty sure they both played the Albert. I know Jean Lajoie definitely played the Albert, and I think she played the Albert too. I could be wrong. I mean, somebody from Winnipeg can jump on here and tell me I'm fucking wrong. It might have been West End Cultural Center. I'm trying to think about when those like artists first came out and were first touring. I think it was the Albert. Reading a lot of Uptown Magazine, which was a free newspaper. I've never gone back to check and see if they've got an online version. The free community newspaper, like the real, like Explain does one. I've seen it still. Used to get delivered to Sunrise Records when I worked there. They still do. Video Centreville in Quebec gets them too. That's a fun newspaper, free newspaper. Excuse me. Just having some damn fine coffee in my Twin Peaks Sheriff Department mug. We are remembering John Lynch. Who the jeez, I need more coffee before switching to something stronger. David Lynch. We are sitting here. I'm sitting here listening to some David Lynch tunes. If you come down, we can maybe later we can have some Pabst Blue Ribbon, or you can bring a Heineken. I don't have any Heineken. I'm not saying the line, but if you've seen Blue Velvet, comment the line in the or comment the link to the clip. The best worst Pabst Blue Ribbon commercial that wasn't a commercial. And I love you, Heineken. I drank in my early turning 18 days. I drank a lot of Heineken, and I don't know why. Standard I can trace back to why I drank Standard. Standard was like the sort of the punk alternative beer that was cheap in Winnipeg, and it was a nice, like, if you go into the history of Standard lager, it doesn't exist anymore. Molson has stopped making it, but they kept it forever in Manitoba, and it was a very uniquely Winnipeg beer, but it was a massive middle finger to Budweiser. And it's an interesting case study in corporate law. If you want to go down a nerd history hole, Budweiser was in Manitoba and then left Manitoba, and then Standard Brewing started brewing Standard Lager, and their logo, their bottle like never changed. It like slight minuscule changes, but you looked at the bottle, and the amount of times growing up, I went to a not punk bar and somebody saw me drinking a Standard, and then like, oh, I got you a beer, and I'm like, it's a Budweiser, and I'm like, not what I'm drinking, but a free beer is a free beer. So yeah, but Standard is sadly no more. But Standard, yeah, I drink Standard because that was sort of the Pabst Blue Ribbon wasn't in Manitoba. It was like if you were a punk or metal kid, you drank a lot of Standard. I drank Extra Old Stock, which had the dubious distinction for a while in Manitoba of being the highest. It was a malt liquor you could get at the bar, and it was 5.65% alcohol, so just slightly edged out Molson Dry. Bear in mind, this is Manitoba in like the 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. Start drinking Extra Old Stock because it was stronger, so it would get you drunker quicker. At least that was the thinking, anyways. And it was because between me and a buddy who we played pool, sitting at the pool hall we hung out at, and was like, we've never seen anybody drink Extra Old Stock. Like, nobody. There was a lot of old man beers in the cooler, and we're like, yeah, Club, OV, Blue. We drank Blue too. That was like Blue, Labatt Light. But I mean, Blue and Labatt Light were fairly popular beers. Budweiser, fairly popular beer. But we're like, yeah, we don't know anybody that drinks Extra Old Stock. And we're like, and it's stronger. It's stronger than your standard stuff. So we were like, all right, let's buy it. And then I was like, I'm going to be contrarian, and I'm just going to be the dickhead that drinks this beer because it's stronger and it's the same price as everything else. So I'm just going to get drunker faster. Grew out of that, yeah. And then, yeah, when I was going to the clubs of Winnipeg in my raving days, started going to the clubs because I turned 18, and then going to clubs, and it was Heineken for some. I honestly couldn't tell you why Heineken. I think it's because you could drink it with a lime or a lemon, and it made beer at the time. You're young and an idiot. It made it somewhat drinkable, but you weren't likely to just pound it back. It was like, okay, this is kind of a skunky beer. Put some fruit in it. It's drinkable. I don't know. Who knows why we do the things we do when we're young? What else? Yeah, it's I will be let's bury the lead here, Vince. I will be at I don't think it's announced yet, but I will be tattooing at the Restricted Night. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of plug nose there. I will be tattooing at the Restricted Night presented by Le Drag, or Le Drag presents Restricted Night. And that is February. It's mid-February. I'll have a date once that's actually announced, because I don't think that's actually announced on the drag site yet. Once that's announced, I'll come on here and talk about that more. What is set is I will be at the Fredericton Tattoo Expo, which is 24th, 25th, 26th, 25th, 26th, 27th, April. January, February, March, April. I think it's April. I'm going to feel like a dick. Feel like a real dickhead here if I can't remember. I'll have to put that in the comments. I'm really sorry. The theme is animation. I think the theme's animation. No, is the theme not animation and I'm just bringing my themed animation? This is a good question. I've been looking at a bunch of conventions to go to in 2025. I was supposed to be going to the Winnipeg one. I sent an email to them, sent them a message, no response. Kind of sad about that. I mean, I'm from Winnipeg. Just talked about Winnipeg. Went to the Winnipeg convention last year. It was fun. It was a good time. Quite enjoyable. Said I'd do it again. Wanted to do it again. I've got family out there. No word back. And then when I kind of realized it was way later, like when I kind of realized, I'm like, hey, I haven't heard anything back from them. I was like, wow, it's like months later than last year when I had applied and sent my information in. So I was like, well, what other conventions can I do? And I'm like, oh, I just saw a post for the Fredericton Tattoo Expo. And I was like, oh, you have 80% of your booths filled. And I'm like, well, it's not quite the same weekend. I think it's the weekend before or the weekend after. Anyways, not important. And I was like, well, I'll sign up for that, and sent them an email, and they got back to me right quick. And so, yeah, I will be at and it is a much shorter drive. It's like an 8-hour drive, not even. 8 hours and we're taking our time. 8 hours and I'm driving. I love you, hon. My better half, my partner in crime, she is the fast driver, and I drive like a grandma. Nothing against grandmas, and I guess depending on who your grandma is, that might change. But I am a slow driver. I'm not a fast driver. Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, like eight hour drive. Got an Airbnb, nice little Airbnb close to the venue. They released the hotel, which is the partner hotel for the convention. I'm gonna check it out to see. I was supposed to check that out a while ago. Whoops. I'm gonna check it out to see, but I think I'm gonna keep the Airbnb reservation just because it is a spitting distance. I can throw a tattoo needle and hit the venue from where the Airbnb is. And yeah, that'll be not having to worry at the end of the night who's driving home or all that fun stuff. Just being able to walk down the street, not have to bring the car, worry about parking at the exhibition center. I'm sure it's free. It's just, you don't want to leave your car there overnight, I think that's it for right now. This has been a fun chat. Yeah. Come down, get tattooed. I got time taking walk-ins. If you got a bigger project, shoot me a message. We'll work something out. Get you a deposit, get you in, get you tattooed. Next month, February, it's a short month as usual. February is always the shortest month of the year. But February for me is extra short because we shut the shop down for a short little vacation. Not just going to a convention, but a little vacation. I'm expressly not allowed to work on this trip, and it will be our last foray into the United States, probably for 4 years. So, gonna be interesting. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that our fellows to the south will get their proverbial caca together and. Yeah, I'm just rambling now at this point, and it's like 25. Oh, that's my. Whoa. So yeah, come down, get tattooed. 708 Troisième Avenue, Quebec City, Quebec. Our phone number, if I can figure out how to flash it at the bottom of the screen, it'll be 418-522-3344. So it's 41. Okay, hold on. 8 5 2 2, 3, 4, 4. 4, 1, 8, 5, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Shoot me a message. If you call, si tu appelles, puis je réponds pas. If you call and I don't answer, leave a message. Laisse un message. S'il vous plaît, s'il te plaît, please. I could be in the bathroom. I could be tattooing somebody else. If you don't leave a message, I can't call you back. I can't let you know, yeah, I just finished tattooing. Come on down, we got time. Like, after my fight with Belle, I need to use my phone. Like, y'all need to be phoning me up. Maybe not, like, phoning me about tattooing. Like, don't phone me about, how to wire your house. This isn't, alien sightings just come down and talk to me. This isn't Coast to Coast with Art Bell. If you know, you know. Well, this is Vince signing off. Stay fresh, cheese bags.